Welcome back to another episode of the Split Sheet Podcast. In this episode, I made a weird, trippy skull sheet with Ben Proudman. He's a super rad tattooer at Olde Line Tattoo in Hagerstown, Maryland. Here it is, episode 6. Check it out.
We have some gear too, but we have yet to break it out on each other.
Oh yeah, I was gonna ask if it's gone down yet.
No, it's one of those things. I don't know, like just tattooing your significant others just always feels kind of weird to me in general.
Yeah, it's a lot.
And I don't know. It's like it's sort of a pain in the ass to set up at home too. You know,
For sure.
it's like it's not like the shop where all the shit's there and you got the thing all set up and you just kind of put some plastic down and go. Like you have to like figure out like how to like do it in like a clean and safe way, and you know what I mean? I don't know. Maybe we'll get, who knows how long this shit's gonna fucking go on for, so we'll see, you know.
I mean, I've definitely gotten tattooed in people's houses before.
Yeah, I've tattooed here before. I've tattooed friends here before. Not often, but
tattooed here.
A few times. Yeah, it's a good, I mean, I have like hardwood floors, like I have like a nice massage table. You know, I can do it basically the same way and in a perfectly safe way. I don't know if I have like technically any like purple wipes like Maticide or anything like that, but you know, whatever.
Could you like run by the shop and grab some shit or?
Yeah, because my shop's in a mall.
So it's like locked up.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose like we could get a hold of security and like get let into the mall, but I would have to get like I'd have to get a hold of the manager who would have to open the gate and all that kind of shit.
Yeah, you'd need probably like a really fucking good reason.
Yeah, but I mean, like when shit was starting to get creepy, like I packed up like my travel bag when I left for the weekend before like the shutdown happened, because I was just like, I have just this, everybody's like, what's going to happen? And I was like, well, if I'm going to be locked out of the shop for months, like I'll at least have enough shit to where I can like do some little black tattoos for tradesies or something.
Yeah.
With the neighbors, you know?
For when the apocalypse settles in and it's ordering system. And that's
like what I mean. It's like, dude, I'll do you a little fucking whatever for some fucking, you know, toilet paper or whatever. Not the toilet paper for me is,
we're not there yet, but
we're not there yet.
Soon, we're close. I think
and it's spring, so you can find leaves and whatnot to use, you know, as a substitute for toilet paper. I feel like there's more critical like survival shits to have, you know.
That's always been my thought whenever I was like, toilet paper in the moment, like I get it.
It's really an item
standpoint, but dude, when it's going down, I've taken shits in many a precarious place.
Totally. Me too. And like lost a sock or whatever you got to use.
Dude, you got to do.
But if you're stuck in your house and there's water running, just fucking wash your ass in the shower or whatever. You know what I mean? It's like
it'll be okay.
It'll be okay. For sure.
Yeah, there's never going to be like a life or death TP situation.
Never. That's definitely a luxury item.
But in the rate that it's purchased, you would think that it is one of those like, oh, it toilet paper, it clots fucking blood.
I think it's like the hive mind like sort of
someone said toilet
thing
too loud and people were like, toilet paper? Ah.
It's just the trend for this disaster.
Yeah.
Like the next one will be like fucking laundry detergent or something. like snow, like blizzards are milk and fucking bread or whatever. Milk sandwiches. This fucking pandemic is toilet paper. The next one will be whatever.
So how are you dealing with it?
How am I dealing with it?
Yeah,
or doing with it?
Dealing with it? Doing with it?
I mean, I don't know, man. It's like I try to have like a annoyingly positive attitude anyways in life. So it's like, it's just a thing, you know what I mean? It's like, I mean, on the positive side, it's like I'm lucky to like live in a nice home in a nice town that's relatively safe, and like I have a little bit of financial cushion or whatever, which I don't really want to blow through, but I'm definitely lucky. So I'm like counting my blessings and whatnot. But also I'm trying to feel for people who are less fortunate and trying to do what I can to be helpful, like donating a little bit here and there or whatever. As far as like just my general mental health through this, I mean, it's like kind of up and down. It's like I think we're all sort of skating this little like balance between like peace and anxiety, you know. And it's like, like as far as the break, I mean, like the break has been kind of good for my body. Like you know what I mean? Like I think tattooing is really hard on our bodies.
Oh
So
yeah, for
like,
sure.
spending time every day doing like yoga and fucking exercising and, just trying to eat really well. And, I think in that aspect, it's good. I mean, I think everything sort of in like the bigger picture is kind of exactly the way it should be, in that like, all is perfect in a spiritual sense, but all is kind of tragic in a human sense,
Yeah.
So, but it just is what it is. I mean, something's gonna fucking take us out. Like, entropy is the law. So like we could, you know, I mean, I think shit's gonna keep getting gnarlier, and that's what freaks me out more than anything. It's not so much this particular pandemic, but like our fucking lunatic fucking government and, president, not to get political or whatever. It's just like I just like fear like other people and other people's like over reactions and like tribalist sort of mentality. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for
Like
sure.
that's the type of shit that freaks me out more than like the actual pandemic. But like myself and all my loved ones are safe and everybody's doing okay. Like I have some, like my sister works in a hospital. My brother manages a sheets. So like he's pretty, high risk as far as like being in contact with a lot of people every
Yeah.
day, you know. But, it's just a thing. What about you guys?
We're chilling, man. My wife's school is all online now, so she just kind of does that during the day, and I just paint and draw as much as I can and do this.
Yeah. Is your wife like full-time student, or is she working also?
Yeah, she's a full-time student. But she's due with her second child at the end of August.
Right
So
on.
yeah, she's quite pregnant at the moment, and she'll
Yeah, dude.
probably work or just get to school right up until before it's baby time, and then she'll just be chilling.
Congrats, dude. You don't shoot blanks.
No, not at all. But
Does it freak? I mean, like, does it freak you out to be having a kid like in the midst of this kind of thing?
um, yeah, trying to keep a cool head about it for sure.
Yeah. And hopefully by August it'll be
I tell
mellow.
myself that at least.
It's probably good timing as far as because I've heard that it could get like a second round, like into the fall or whatnot.
So, like you were saying that you try to be like almost unreasonably optimistic. I have a very similar mentality.
Yeah.
Um,
I don't know about optimistic.
I
Like general positive attitude
yeah
regardless of the circumstances. Like optimism is like expecting things to be all good. I don't necessarily expect
no.
things to be all
So
good. I'm just
I
trying to like
always
be okay with things being shit,
I try to think, or I don't know if I try to, but I generally my mind will just be like, well, in the history of all people that have been around on the earth and shit situations that people have just been dealt. And we know people have just had like short, shitty, horrific lives. You know, had an okay run so far. And like
Totally.
people have had kids in the face of adversity before. Like
Totally.
it's
Like in a
just a
fucking like ice cave with like a saber-toothed tiger
dog
like fucking
ain't the
trying to eat
Holocaust,
them
you
and
know?
shit. Yeah, totally.
Fucking do what you gotta do, son. Fucking
Totally.
wheel keeps turning. So
Yeah. That's great, dude. That's what, well, you've mentioned something because I listened to all these podcasts over this past week. And you mentioned, and I can't remember which one, but something about like like tattooers often tell you that painting stresses them out.
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of just funny because we tattoo and like mark people's bodies permanently, but it's painting that's stressful. But I can totally relate to that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because to me, painting's so much more fucking precarious than a tattoo. Like a tattoo is like a very deliberate mark, whereas a painting is just one drip away from being fucking destroyed. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do. But it's just weird. It's almost like counterintuitive. You know what I mean? You'd think it would be the other way around. It would be like, oh man,
Yeah.
like let me just bang out these million sheets and
Yeah.
doop doop doop.
Right.
But like, no, but you can kind of do that with tattoos. Yeah, I'll bang out some walk-ins. Like print that on
Yeah.
the fucking thing. You want the arrow like that, and you can just like jam through those fucking things. But yeah, you line something out on a flash sheet. You're like, I got a
Well,
fucking
the flash sheet is very much your own shit. Like, whereas tattoos are like, it's like a service we're providing. But I'm assuming if you're going to take the time to draw and paint a design, it's very much a representation of something that you're trying to like present to the world as like either your design or something that you're very much interested in tattooing.
absolutely.
So like, there's a lot more personal investment in that as opposed to just like the whatever walk-in. Not that any one of us shouldn't take that whatever walk-in with just as much like seriousness and care as any other tattoo, but it's a little bit less of like a personal like reflection, you know. And you're probably not planning on sharing the little arrow photo on the fucking Instagram and whatever.
Hey, I'd take what I can get right now, bro. Give me a
Yeah.
fucking arrow. Give me a fucking. Give me a
Dude, I'm
star
telling.
in the eye.
I think social media creates a lot of that stress. You know what I mean? Because it's like we know that, like, you know, I have a couple of really fucking killer tattooers that follow me for some reason, and like I get stressed knowing that maybe they're gonna look at these photos that I'm putting up. You know?
But like at the end of the day, stress is all just perceived. You know what I mean? And you're your worst critic. So
Absolutely,
fucking
totally.
whatever, dude. Like yeah, I put it up and
And that was like what I
like
was
it or
saying
not.
before about like the weirdness of like trying to figure out whether your drawing or your tattoo is good or not. It's like,
Yeah, for sure. Is there a preferred way for people to get in contact with you if they'd like commissions or anything of that sort? Is there anything in particular you're doing right now?
I mean, I haven't like in any organized way tried to like make any income artwork happen yet, but I'm open to it if somebody does want to commission me for something. I have been doing just paintings for fun, and I've been repainting a whole bunch of flash, which I'll probably make some posts of coming up soon. But I'm on Instagram, Tattoos by Proudman, and you can DM me there. In the future, once we're back up and running, if you want to get tattooed by me, that everything goes through the shop, so you can call Olde Line Tattoo or email Olde Line Tattoo in Hagerstown, Maryland. Otherwise, yeah,
Word.
I hope everybody is safe and as happy as they can be, and hopeful that all of this will conclude in some positive way. I believe that it will.
All right. Do you have any other words for the world before we sign off?
Um, love thy neighbor. That's
All
all
right.
I got.
There it is. Ben Proudman. Thank you very much.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate you, man.